Okay, one more thing before we do start with this view. If you're wondering why I have this like pointed like this way and not facing me, it's because for the video I am gonna have to pause and unpause to get through what I gotta show for my review. So I decided to go ahead and just do it this way. Plus, also, really, it doesn't matter much because you're just here to hear my thoughts. Um, but all Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. This was pretty much my very anticipated game of 2026, and I've been meaning to get a review done for a while. To the point where, admittedly, also for context, I haven't truly completed the game, but I want to get my own thoughts out of the way since I have played. As you can see, I have played most of it, to say the least. So if I do kind of miss something, I do apologize for that. But, oh, honestly, for what I've played so far and what I've been doing in general, it's a pretty solid game, surprisingly enough. And I had a gut feeling it will be, but it really is a pretty well in depth game. Now, of course, for context, this is sort of a sequel to the original Tomodachi Life on the 3DS, something that was pretty big and one of the system's sellers. However, here we have, of course, the pretty much upgraded kind of version, but more of a sequel because because obviously it's for the Switch 2, and of course, for most part, Metopia's now already been on Switch, and now, of course, it only makes sense to bring Tomodachi Life. Although it took a very long time, and to my opinion, it is worth the wait. Now, of course, there is a lot of things to go over with this game, but first off and foremost, one of the things I have to praise, and trust me, I know this has been a very touchy subject for some people, not for me, of course, is the fact that you're able to choose the sexuality of your character, which is great. It is a breath of fresh air, and of course, the key word is choose. You don't have to make your Mies gay or bisexual or lesbian. You can make them straight as well. But honestly, on a personal note, for a person who's bisexual and queer, this is really a good embracive game. And again, it is a choice. You can choose whether to make your characters straight or gay. It's up to you. But really, I'm just glad they finally fixed that from the previous game. And honestly, that could be literally the game itself. It is a very much a big improvement from the previous game. Like, it did cut a lot of the fat away, and it's also now a sandbox game, believe it or not, where you actually can place a bunch of items. Of course, you're going to have to purchase those items, but purchasing things is part of gameplay. In fact, honestly, the gameplay is pretty tame. Granted, it's because it is a life simulator game, but also just the way the controls are super slow, the way how you have to manage by solving problems with your Mii's. Basically, I give items to your Mii's and such. Have to keep track of things. Have them. You can move them around and place them with people to meet up with each other. Have conversations. It is a pretty chill game. It is a very slow game due to the controls and such. Like, you literally also can customize your island, which takes up a ton of time. Not to mention, you can also like create items like foods and other things. Which, by the way, it is a pretty big deal as this game is definitely full of creativity and such. And honestly, the details look great. I love the colors of the day, night, and evenings. And all in all, it's a pretty comfy game for sure. I mean, and it has a lot of details. Like the character customization is through the roof. Not only because it has the standard stuff, but you can change the color of your hair, go into details of the biography of this person or biology of this person, such as when they're born, their sexuality, which we talked about, their voices, the new eye stuff, and new hairs, which is also another net positive. They got good hairstyles, to say the least. Like anything that fits your fancy, to say the least. And they also upgraded the fountain, which you can level up things and get more stuff through the fountain. And another reason why this game is comfortably slow is because it does take a time. It's recommended not to rush the characters into their relationships, which is a big factor of the game, but you can't rush things or stuff. Now, of course, there are some bit of negatives. First off and foremost, it's a double-edged sword for the slowness. If you're not into life simulators, then definitely don't get Tomodachi Life because it is super slow. Like, it is a first step for those who want to try out the life simulator games, but it is a really slow game with slow controls and such. Granted, there is a purpose, and that's because it's supposed to be relaxing, but if you're wanting fast paced stuff, this is not your game. Another thing is the fact that it does kind of get a little bit, it could get a little bit cheesy with the dialogue and such, but it's fine. It's a freaking kids game. But that is a negative that could hurt people. Then, of course, you have to jump around to the point where it will get annoying. AKA, you got this one person complaining, and then you got five other people complaining. You will have to get a ton of time to get that thing and get used to it. But honestly, it does give you a break spot, so that way, if you need to save, you can save and such. And of course, probably the biggest to say the least, which is there is a trade off for it, but it really is just dumb. Is the fact that you can't share your things through the Nintendo Pictures stuff. This Nintendo Online, like you can't share your screenshots or videos. Now, if you're wondering the reason why Nintendo don't want that, well, here's the proof of it because I recorded it and sort of also explains why they don't want us to share our stuff, honestly.
Do you feel like talking about sex? Okay, but check this out. Visualize sex. Who do you want to join you? I mean, it's not just because you're asking, but I pick you.
Yeah, that's also, by the way, not a joke. Personal side note: the reason why I put that there is because I'm a dumb head. Honestly, I'm a dumb dumb. But that is a net positive too. You can jokingly do that in your game. Trust me, the sky's the limit on some of the dumb bullshit you can put in the game, which is fine. However, due to the fact, holy, sorry about that. Due to the fact that Nintendo is wanting to keep their brand recognition and worry about their public image, which if them wouldn't work because people could just record it with freaking TV stuff, the card captioning crap. Yeah, you can't share it on your phone or anything. You can't share it through the system, which really sucks. I mean, again, this ain't the only game, but I feel like that would have been a very big deal to say the least. Because again, as you can see, you could fool around and do some bullshit stuff, which is a net positive, like most other life simulators. But it is what it is, honestly, and that is a negative. Granted, it does lead to a positive, meaning you can absolutely say some crazy stuff. I don't know if there is a true limit to that, but at this point, if you're able to put sex in this game, yeah, that is pretty straightforward reason why you want to stop that. Also, by the way, just heads up, this isn't a rated A game. This is just a rated E game. There's no sex scenes in there. I jokingly had to put that out because I realized how bad that could look. But oh, as you can see, pretty short and solid game, honestly. It's a pretty solid game. And again, I haven't went through all the stuff is, and I'm definitely missing a lot of things. But that's because, again, the gameplay is super slow. It's best not to push it. And by now, we already seen lots of the gameplays already. It is very creative. You is definitely for a creative person and a person who just wants a relaxing game. And all, I'm glad I waited for it. I'm glad I pre-ordered this game and everything. This is definitely one of my games of the year. Definitely S plus, A plus, yeah, definitely high on the grid. And I hope they do put some updates with this game. They did in the previous 3DS games, but I do have a gut feeling it will. But anyways, A plus game, pretty straightforward. Just want to put my own review out there. Pretty solid game, and hopefully we'll get more updates for this game. But anyways, this has been Floxcat, and I'm snapping out of here. Bye bye.